So
announce the
yeah,
podcast? Hello,
Yeah,
everybody.
it's
Welcome back to my
no,
podcast.
you're not announcing my
This is.
podcast.
Oh yes. I
You're
should.
not
Yeah,
announcing my
boy.
podcast. Like,
Yes,
this
yeah,
is a
boy.
side.
Hi, welcome to my podcast today. Our episode 1 of Cooking with Jenny.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, look at the site I have right now, a bald vegan shehu. I never thought I'd see this.
Oh my god, should I also make a picture? Should I also put a picture?
No, you shouldn't, because okay, now that you mention it, welcome everyone to the second edition of Pirk's View. With me here, I have Shegan Vehu
No!
as my announced guest,
No! This is my podcast.
hello.
and as a surprise guest, we have Janisa Mandal, who decided to
My
show up
podcast.
last minute. For some reason, she thinks it's
No,
her
I am the
podcast.
gift of this podcast.
For
I am
some
the reason
reason,
this
she
podcast is
thinks
gonna
it's
be-
her podcast, and it's
Oh, it's my podcast now.
it's a pleasure to have you guys here.
Fight.
No, this is a podcast. It's not an arena. Like,
Oh,
What happens in the podcast stays in the podcast.
no, dude,
how
what
it goes.
happens in the podcast gets recorded
it's
and gets put
published.
on YouTube. So, like, 300 people saw my podcast last time. Like,
and 100 of those views are just Aaron just checking it out for himself.
hey, come on. That's true, but you didn't have to say that.
No, the 200 rest are me.
Dude, I thought you had, like, no social media. Like, you're cheating. You legit said I have no social media, but meanwhile you say I watched
Hey,
your
hey,
video
hey,
on
hey.
Instagram.
Hey, wait a minute.
Nah,
YouTube isn't social media. Come on.
Okay.
Social media is a platform where people can communicate with each other.
But that's
comments
YouTube.
are not that.
Dude, that's
That's
YouTube. I'm
the
communicating
internet.
with people.
Nah, I mean,
You're using
So-
WhatsApp. You
Are-
text me on WhatsApp to play League.
communicating the world
Eh.
through the internet. They're communicating with the creators. Oh my god.
the creators
Yo,
of the world,
see, that's
the
the thing.
reptiles.
That's the thing. I really wanted to have you guys in my podcast. See, you guys, we know each other for quite some time. We've had a lot of adventures, to be honest. We've been to France.
Am I allowed to embarrass you guys?
No, no.
Oof.
We can. I can.
mean,
I can mute you.
I've
by
only
the way.
known you. Look, I've only known you two for like 2 or 3 years now, but this person down here has way more privilege to knock you down. I know I didn't little, way
Dude,
too little.
the thing is, like, we went to France. Like, imagine 3 teenagers. Well, there are a lot more guys out there, but we went to
7.
France. Yeah, 7. Like, how did this start for the two of you? Because I remember Janisa told me one night after we finished working at DokuFest, she just asked me to apply. Like, it was last minute, but she asked me to apply. Like, what's the story behind yours?
Same.
Actually,
Uh,
though.
I just say that France is one of the best places I've ever been, and that isn't Aaron isn't as he seems. Like he looks chill, but he's very not chill.
Hey, what happens if
Hey,
X stays
I-
in France?
Pose.
Hey, no, it's true. Everybody in that trip can agree to you just so freaked out.
What? Look, I'll
I
admit,
mean-
I was freaked out. I also had
Hey.
vegan Shehu with me. Like, come on, how are you not freaked
Hey.
out? Look
no,
at him. Look at him. He's bald.
I'm not bald.
You're bald.
Vigani, no, listen, he was like the
Don't
best
say that.
person during France. He was the most chill, and then there was Marisa.
Oh,
These two were just like,
bro.
this is my
Let me
life
tell you
now.
something. We got lost with Marisa. Elona, another friend, started texting us with
I called
like a
you.
lot of money.
I
Aaron
called you.
called. Janisa started to panic. I don't know what
No,
thing
no,
of the other
listen,
ones.
Aaron-
Okay, she
Aaron
wasn't
was always
panicking.
just like no. Aaron was so like stressful to handle. He just gave me anxiety, so I just started panicking myself.
Yo, thing is, like, look
It
at my
was so funny
dude.
because like me and Marisa were not stressed out that we were lost. We knew you would be somewhere, so we're like,
Dude, like, hear my point of view. Like, you're already a dumbass. Imagine a dumbass being lost in France and just starts to live in France, marries a French
Just
woman, and
offend
expands the
yeah.
dumbass.
On podcast,
What?
just offended vegan.
I'm not
I see.
offended.
Oh, there you
A dumbass doesn't take a dumbass's.
There you go.
go. Wow.
But like it was a,
Guilty.
but it was a great
Person
experience to
anymore.
be
Here's
honest.
the thing.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing. Me and Marisa were really not that scared of getting lost because Strasbourg was not New York. It was not a city that had like skyscrapers and like complicated roads. It was a prison of some sort. It was really
Nah.
not that easy
Nah.
to get to maneuver.
Dude,
It
I
was
Yes.
really easy. You know, we would not get lost. It was impossible to get lost.
I was almost
Yeah.
ran over by a metro 2 times. Two
That's your
times.
mistake. What do we do if you're aloof most of the times?
Maybe if
Listen,
that
for
metro ran
me,
you down, we would have survived easier, man.
Like they were
listen, for me,
slow, but it would have been painful. Like
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
just
listen, can I have my word now?
go
Yes,
ahead.
yes, yes.
Now, as I was saying, it was my second time in Strasbourg, and I knew like a lot of things that how to like go around and the whole organizing stuff. But Ron, you just kicked me out with all of that stressing thingies. So I was very unchill during that time. But like, if you were to ask the girls I went with on the first time, they were freaking out, and I was
Yeah.
chill.
I'm gonna
I
have to
was
side.
taking it easy.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to side with Janisa here, with the fact that you were kind of really stressed out, like
dude.
panicking, and you were. And I side with you also because you know you're in France. You don't want to get lost. You don't want
Yeah,
shit to
that's the
go
thing.
south. But you don't really have to go that far.
Dude,
You know.
thing is, like, okay, the first day we went to Strasbourg, like, remember we had dinner at 1 a.m. We found like a guy who sells dinners at 1 a.m. and we just
It was so
ate.
wild. Can I explain that story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, uh, 8 teenagers who are tired and jet lagged from all that traveling, all that plane, waiting at the airport, and then getting the bus, waiting for the bus for like an hour. The bus finally shows up. We get to the Airbnb. We manage to find it through a French person who, at the time, Aaron thought was a burglar.
Yo,
Which
I
was the
didn't know.
time about
I
that.
didn't know the
Yes, you
French
did.
guy.
Stop
Look,
lying,
look.
Aaron.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you
know.
did,
Two
you
against
did.
one.
I didn't know the French guy was sent by the organization. If you had told me
Yeah,
that, I would have been a lot calmer.
You
This is
weren't
you
on
should
paying
you.
have.
attention.
Yeah.
You know that.
I legit
I
like
was, I was, I was just trying, to get some extra help,
listen, like
and you were like, "Why did you tell them?"
listen. That's the thing. Like I like knowing you. I just thought you went on Facebook, Googled like search
Oh,
Strasbourg, and just found the person. I just asked him, "Hey, can you help us?" That is what I thought.
listen,
No, no,
listen.
that
You should
doesn't
have thought that.
happen. In what world do you think that we would have done that?
I was
You
not
should have
talking
thought that
about you. I was
I'm
talking
not
about him.
famous on Facebook, man. No one's gonna respond to what I say online.
Hey,
At least on
hey,
Facebook,
But
hey! You never know. You never know.
no,
like an
no.
old man responds to me on Facebook,
Plus,
like some
he told
random.
us. Like he just told us that that was like a known person from MIP. So you should have paid
Even if
attention.
even it was interesting because I thought of this one day. That person, which name who I will not mention, also hosted two best friends that are also from Kosovo, Pristina, named Dea and what was her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
The
Those
easiest name you can
so
Whatever.
have.
that guy, that guy was the landlord to both us and them.
Wait, he was the
No.
So
landlord to our Airbnb?
yeah, yes. So he was the landlord to our Airbnb and also their Airbnb.
Why am I learning about this now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I forgot to ask Dea like how she accommodated herself.
What?
I forgot to ask her how she accommodated herself. I just like expected like
They
Oh
had
my
a
god.
lot of French friends, man. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
like that's the
I
thing.
also
She
did.
has a lot of like she knows a lot of people, not just from Kosovo, because she has taken part on multiple EYP sessions. She has done the whole debate center thing. Like she knows a lot of people. Like not gonna lie, like that's a good thing to be honest. Like
Because I went
imagine.
with Dea last time on Strasbourg. We were together in a Franco-German session. This one was longer than the one we went on. And it was like a session that had commissions in French, German, and English. It was very interesting because we also got to do the General Assembly in the European Parliament in Strasbourg. It's very
Nice.
nice. It was a very, very
You also practiced that Loyola German that you finessed.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
C1,
did
C1.
me too. The translation, yay!
See, that's the thing I wanted to get at. Like, okay, the first night in Strasbourg, like, I remember, like, me and Vigan, like, we woke up really early. Like, we were supposed to wake up early and go for a walk. We waited 3 hours for the girls to wake up. We legit had a
No,
conversation
no,
for
no.
3 hours.
Continuing the story that I was mentioning previously, I'll sprinkle it with some information that every plan that we planned out never ended up being the plan that we planned out.
We just improvised.
We just improvised, and that's what I
That's how it
realized with
works.
traveling. Yeah, that's how it works.
Dude,
It never really goes to plan. That's just life in general.
yeah, see,
Nothing
that,
really goes step by step. It just goes one step goes this way, one step doesn't go this way, one step goes perfectly, one step.
just
and
like
then you
walking
improvise,
drunk,
you know?
like you're walking drunk. But I think like legit God had his eye on us. Like we
You
went.
have to bring your alcoholic escapades
Hey,
here.
no, no, no. See, that's the thing. Like
No, okay.
I legit think God has had his eye on us because we missed every train to Severn. 5 minutes before the last train we got in, we went to Severn. Okay, Severn was a great place. Like I'll get to this later, but we missed our bus when the day came to come back to Kosovo. We legit had to go by train. We paid for a train. We had to take another bus to the airport and legit make it to the airport, and we made it on time. Like that's the thing I'm surprised about.
Yeah.
Taxi driver
Look,
ripped us off.
Yeah,
He took our money and got us late to the bus.
Oh my god, the taxi. Yeah. I forgot to mention the
look.
taxi.
I'm gonna toot my own horn here
Go ahead.
and just go at the range where were. Basically, it was planned out like we were 7 people in France. So in order to have it simpler for everyone, I had to. It was my decision to split the 7 people in groups, and thankfully, I decided to split the group so that I would be in one group, Marisa would be in the other
No,
group.
no, 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 no. I'll have to interrupt you. The splitting was our idea because I found cheaper tickets and I asked who wants to buy cheaper tickets with me and
That, yeah,
who wants to buy expensive tickets with Vegan. So it was our idea. Thank you very much, sir.
it
Can I
was.
also say that it was my idea to invite Saren to join
Oh
us for the
yeah.
last
Hey,
night.
hey,
I love how somebody said, "Why did you invite her?" Like this random stranger into our Airbnb, as if I didn't know who I was taking with us.
we'll get to this
I re-
later,
Repeat that again.
actually.
I'm sorry. No. I had a lot of um. What do you call it? God, I forgot the word.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh
No.
no! Wait a second. I have this.
Let me take out my dictionary.
No way he goes and takes a dictionary. No way he actually went for that.
Yes. Let me think. I don't know how to speak. I don't speak English, Albanian, any language.
You just
stutter
knew
even.
you just knew she wouldn't do any harm. Like you had that feeling.
You speak Indian, don't you?
Come on.
The languages. My dad's language.
See that.
I'm the pride and joy, the apple of my dad's eye.
See, that's the thing I
And
wanted
you
to
don't
get
know how
at.
to speak it. How dare you?
Ah.
Shame.
Remember when we went to
I am.
Severn and we just saw that huge castle, and I thought, oh my god, that's actually a good castle. And the guy said, yeah, you're staying there. And I was just like, what?
Oh,
A castle.
wow. Yeah, dude.
We stayed in a castle. Like,
Castle.
The Severn Castle.
yeah,
Basically the motel.
It,
Okay.
like imagine that's my biggest
So
flex.
you guys go to a castle.
That's my biggest flex today. I slept in a castle for 3 days. Have you done that? That's my
How
biggest
many guys
flex.
in one room? Tell me.
Well, like, ooh.
In this case, it's two because he was my roommate.
Yeah, we had like
Can I
some
just
French.
say
We
that
had some
Vegan
French
was also
roommates.
Got sick during the trip.
Yeah,
Dude,
you know, it
I
was
had to like stay the night,
see,
and
just sleeping upstairs.
dude, that's the
I
thing.
still
Like you got
remember this
sick.
one moment.
We were just like sitting outside, fresh air, and Vegan just decides to go out too, and he just lays on one of those thingies and just goes, "Oh my god, this feels so nice."
Yeah.
It was
Oh
like
my
you were
god.
so.
It looked so high in that moment.
Dude, I remember like you had it good with the French.
Oh my god,
You had it so good with the French. I remember going to the
my head
bathroom.
was burning up.
I
And you
re-
had the cold stone against your neck, and you were just like, "Oh my
This is so good.
I remember going to the bathroom like to brush my teeth, and I have a French guy next to me, and I'll like not to insult him or anything, but I'll just do my best to imitate him. Where is Vegan? I thought he was sick. That is the only thing I get. And I'm like,
god."
what? Like,
Listen. Uh, if the entire city of Prison knows that I'm sick, I won't be mad. Because first off, it's my city, and it's a city that gossips too much.
yeah,
If
Prison.
an entire castle in a French city that I don't know knows that I'm sick, I'm just mad. Why?
Wait, in our
How
defense,
how
we
do
were
you
seven.
know?
Seven people who are from prison, so
Yeah, the word
Kinda
spread
makes sense.
fast. The word spread fast.
Man,
I was
can't
there
I just
too.
be can't I just be sick in peace, man? Let me rot in there
Dude,
myself,
I
man.
remember
I
like
want everyone else to cheer
Wait.
me on, yeah.
wait, was this the first night like in the castle, or was this the second night? It was the first night, right?
No,
The first night in the castle,
Yeah.
which is the second night in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like in the first night, we started to hang out with a few of the French people. Like not to brag or anything, we legit only hung out with French girls. The French guys I only saw in our
that's
rooms.
most of them
I
I
knew.
See, that's the
Look,
thing. Like she brought us
You
French
traveled
girls.
to France, lived in a castle, and you're flexing with I talk to girls all the time.
No,
Come on,
I'm
man.
not trying to do that.
Come on, man.
But I'm trying to get somewhere else. Like that was legit
Oh
one
my
of the
God, now
best
he's trying to
moments of
brag
my
in front of
life.
his
No,
podcast.
no.
It was.
That's the thing.
Aw.
It was one of the best moments of my life. Like imagine like Janissa, Vigan, Sarah, which was a French girl we met, which is an amazing person. I have to add, Elona, and a few other people. Like I think Dio. Yeah, Dio was there as well.
We like not
Forget Amphora and
And
Yeah,
they were,
Amphora,
two
Tria, and
were
Marisa.
just like
Yeah.
legends.
everybody was like freaking out, and then those two was like, "Take a picture of me."
yeah, like that's the thing.
Oh,
I love those two.
We were hanging out from like 12 p.m. to 3 a.m. or like 4 a.m. was it? We had to wake up at 6. I remember going to the room with Vigan. We'd have chats. We'd only have like 1 hour of sleep and 8 hours of committee work. How we did it, I don't know. We did it.
Hey,
Hey,
you're
hey,
you're
pause,
okay. You
pause.
should have seen the chair people. They
Oh, yeah.
were doing resotyping, they were having fun, and they were still getting sleep and like trying to function. And I was like, okay,
They
how
got,
do you do that?
they got like fucked up, bro. They got drunk as hell.
Oh
as
my
well.
god, yes. And like they got a lot of like see, I
Aaron,
keep forgetting
Aaron, do you
this
not
word.
remember
you
how
say-
drunk
Oh,
the staff
I
member
forgot
got?
Oh my god, the party! Yes, I remember after the first night, like legit,
Dude.
the two like head organizers legit like talked like publicly told them like publicly asked them why did you do this like
They
in
were
front of
so
everyone.
drunk.
I remember like my chair the other day because my chair was like a really like calm person, and I just saw him feeling down, and I asked him like what happened. He just said, "I don't even want to get to last night. It was a messy night, and I hope that I can work today." I just legit remember saying, "Oh my god, this is gonna be a long day."
Good God.
I had two Italian like chair people, and those two just looked dead. They didn't even have to speak. They just looked dead.
But the thing is, like the guys like had energizer and such. Like I remember, like we had like 8 hours of committee work. We'd have like after 45 minutes, we'd have like coffee breaks, and we could have like energizers like anytime we wanted. Like they made working fun. Like what the hell? They made working fun. Like imagine working.
That's OIP for you. Like it's fun. Anything there is fun. Fun.
Only one critique I have for EYP.
Go ahead. It's
It
not like
bas-
they're
it was
listening.
it was just sorry.
Found
It
the
was
word.
committee
I
work.
found the word. I found the word. It's called. I was looking for the word scold. Oh my god.
Woo! Yeah.
Yes.
Let me find it. Nice, nice. Janisa has a point now. It's
Yes,
not.
I
It's
have
not
a
FYI,
Finally, finally, she has a point.
I was trying to say that I got scolded by Aaron because I invited Seren, and
Hey,
I
Oh
got
hey,
scolded.
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
hey. I was with you. I was with you on inviting her. So
Oh.
we'll get to that later.
Mm.
What's your critique, by the way? Because I really want to hear your critique.
Look, this is one critique I have for UIP. Okay, it had committee work, you met a lot of people, and you discussed a lot of things. But it felt like you were in a kindergarten.
Oh,
All that beauty in the city and these like staff organizers. Come on, let's go, come on, come on.
come on, man.
It was
No, like in their defense, they're supposed to like keep you guys safe because like a lot of them were under 18.
Myself
And
included.
oh yeah, remember
Yeah.
that 14-year-old?
Dude, she was in my
Remember?
committee. She was in
And
my
everything, so,
committee.
like,
Yeah.
had to like take care of you guys. Like even in Kosovo, like they had the third national session in Prizren, and one of the organizers freaked out when they saw me. My mom had brought me some clothes with a taxi, and they thought that I had come from our school to the like session like hotel with a taxi.
Mhm.
They freaked out. They're like, why? Did you come that? Why did you do that? And everything. And I was I felt very awkward
I went
to
home.
answer that. No, I can't. I couldn't even like they wouldn't let us go to the nearest market unless we got with an organizer because like they really have a lot of responsibility. Oh my God, how can I keep forgetting words today?
Dude, like that's the thing I
Look,
want to
it could
talk
be the
about.
reason that you just woke up.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later. Like that's the thing. You guys have gone to a lot
how
of like
long are you
trips.
making these? Like,
These
What?
podcasts because a lot of people wouldn't like want to watch very long.
To be honest, you'd be surprised. You'd
That's a
actually be
podcast.
surprised. Like that's a podcast. You'd be surprised. The last video got like almost 400 views. Like that's amazing.
Yeah,
In like
again,
six
it's
day, 6
you
days.
watched it so much.
Hey,
Checking. How
stop
many
it.
views did I get? Yeah.
See, like you guys have been
Look,
to a lot of trips, like with schools, maybe alone. Like I remember last year, Vigan, you went to Berat, was it, with like our exchange program. Janisa went to Germany. She was to France before. She went to France.
Oh my
Like,
God, Germany. It's like one of my best memories of last year.
go ahead.
I'm
Like
surprised.
see,
I'm surprised you still have a memory of Germany, Janice.
see, I really want you to talk about Germany. Like, go ahead, please. Like, explain things about Germany because, like, I remember a lot of students from Loyola, my best friend included, went to Germany, and all I heard was good, like, thoughts. Like, I want to hear your side of the story.
Well, I had like this was like a student exchange program, and my partner was a girl, and in my luck, she was like one of the good girls, like the cool girls, I guess, because she hung out with the guys, and most of the my other friends' partners were guys. So my best friend, like my partner and my best friend's partner were very great people. They never hung out with each other, but because of us, they ended up becoming friends as well. They hung out a lot because of us, so we felt really welcome there, and like, they would do a lot of stuff. I even asked them if we could go to a certain restaurant, and they said yes. The parents were really good, and
We
they were
have the
all
money.
like
Don't worry about
into
it.
Asian cuisine. We were. I had a lot of good food there too. And then, of course, the Germans were very fun people. Alcohol was
Oh,
its
oh,
top.
oh yeah. Since it's Germany, like, come on. Not to call out stereotypes, but it's Germany.
Yes, even beer is like even like cheaper than water there. So
That's why I
Okay.
said I'm surprised she still knows that she went to Germany. The
Okay.
amount of alcohol there.
Okay,
like
Vigan,
Damn.
we are moving to Germany ASAP. After we finish this podcast, we are moving to
Okay,
Germany.
okay, I'm back.
Pack your clothes.
I'll just go now.
yeah. Oh, like Germany was one of the times that I like I'll forever remember because it was that one night that I really like got actually drunk, like very drunk. And I found out that I'm a very fun drunk.
They say that drunk words are like sober thoughts. So
Come on,
what
man.
are your sober thoughts?
You had to bring
Oh
that
yeah.
up.
Like, never drink and talk to people. You know,
Well, that's,
Okay.
I
that's
was
what you do when you're
I
drunk. You
was
have to
so
talk to
glad
people.
like in the
Express
morning when I
yourself.
woke up, I realized that I didn't call my mom or dad. They saved my ass.
Ah,
Like for this one, like
I mean,
and I called
at least
everybody
you
else.
didn't
So
call. At least you didn't call your parents drunk. So
yeah,
Dude, that's
I
the
would have
thing.
gotten a lot of scolding.
Like when we were in France, I called my parents like once or twice, like during the entire week. Once to talk to my brother and once to tell them, hey, I just made it. I hung up and we went out. That's the
My
thing.
parents
okay,
enjoy me not being at home.
like
That's sad. That is sad.
Like they barely call me. They just like send me a message. Are you live? Okay,
yeah.
Hey
great.
man,
I
are you
don't
And
alive?
like when they
don't
miss
No.
think
me, they
that's
call me. But
I don't think that's sad. I feel like your parents trust you enough to not call you and know that you're okay.
Yeah, that's a good thing actually. That's a really good thing.
I look
especially
at
if you
it
have
as a
an Indian
positive.
father, is well.
Yes, we know the audience maybe doesn't. So care to explain?
Yeah, I'm that one individual in Kosovo that is half Indian and half Kosovar.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one. So
Yeah, you're the only
Yeah,
one.
hats off to you.
like in the
So
world.
it's like she
Yeah.
chose that. She like chose to be.
Hats off to your dad.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny because my mom was like really into like Indian movies and India itself. Like she just ended up marrying an Indian, so I guess just God's like gave it to her. And oh, I want that.
Nice, nice,
I want my dreams to be realized like that.
nice.
Dude, like speaking of Janisa going to Germany, now I have to ask you, Vigan. Like you went to Berat, which is not Germany, but it's Berat, and you went to the school. Care to explain, like I expect like the conditions in Germany and France to be good. What are the conditions in Albania? Like that's what I want to know.
I mean, come on, man. It's not really, the hell of the
That's
earth
a different world
to
from ours.
compare,
No.
to compare it to Germany and France. It was okay because as far as you know it, Berat had a very similar resemblance to present.
Actually,
The architecture, the roads, the schools, they basically were almost the same to me, which kind of made me feel more welcome. Well, and also the students there were high in their hospitality. They always
high in their
had that
hospitality.
feeling where you should be welcome. Since you're in my city, so I'm going to show you around and tell you which place is the best food to eat, where should you go to get drunk, or we didn't get drunk, but where
Thank
should you go
God.
if you want to get drunk? Which place has the best sweets and stuff. And that was interesting because basically the whole program was based off of a student exchange program to analyze uh, what the Kosovo students thought of the Albanian education and vice versa. But it didn't end up being like that because um, the education leaders of Albania, for our luck, made it more important for us to actually see the city than to just go there and study in their own way. So we would just have like two classes, for example, like we would have all of us in one class. We would study, for example, philosophy the way that they would study it, and Albanian the way that they would study it. And then after 2 hours, so like 10 o'clock roughly, we would just go around the city and meet some key points, touristic key points. but it was complicated because the whole plan was just an exchange student where the Kosovo people would see each other every now and then, but we basically saw each other all the time. We
Mhm.
would. The point was for us to see each other when we
I'm
would
bored
leave
now.
class. Hey,
Fine.
basically, basically, Berat was fun because we traveled a lot, and as the funny stories when I travel in Jew, I have many stories in Berat as well. For example, if you ask anyone, if you example ask a friend of mine who went to Berat with me, they will tell you that I was basically the clown of the group because when we went,
Oh,
the point was for us to go from Prizren to Tirana, and then we would pack our things from Tirana, from an autobus from Kosovo, move from that bus to an Albanian bus, then move to Berat. I didn't think it was that way. I thought the Kosovo bus would bring us to Berat.
Oh
So
my.
with that knowledge, I left my jacket and my wallet in the Kosovo bus.
And you lost it.
And then when we went to the Albanian bus, I realized I was missing something. The money and
Can I
in
also say
Lorraine
Shegan missed a lot of things
Yes, I
during his
want to
trip.
get to that. Yeah, I actually have a question. Like, sorry for interrupting, but did you actually get a new pair of glasses after Berat? This is what I want to know.
no,
at us?
I had I had the
Come
original G
Idiot.
glasses, man.
Yeah, these are the second glasses. These are the after
Oh,
France
yeah.
glasses.
Yeah, here's the thing. The thing about
Friend.
me, okay,
At
I am smart, right? But there's
Yeah.
this one thing that I'm clumsy as hell, and I
No, no. Can
lose
I just
things
say that
very
the
easily.
tale of how you forgot your glasses in France was just like, like how does that happen? How just like stare at your own glasses and just like leave them there?
Dude,
You
actually,
were looking at
Did
them.
I?
finish the story about losing your jacket and then get to the glasses because I'm interested in both.
So basically, my jacket and wallet were in a Kosovo bus, moving from Albania to Kosovo while I was still in Berat. So we had to find a way to get the jacket back before anyone steals the jacket and the
The wallet.
cash
Yeah.
inside of it, right? So basically, we called the director and we were like, "Can you go back to Kosovo and just get something?" And
Oh,
he got the
Good thing
wallet, but I had to get the wallet after I came back to Kosovo. So yeah, basically, I had to lend money for that whole week until I got back. It was very, very, very interesting.
uh,
But but that's the
well.
thing. That shows the hospitality of people. Like they can help you if you're in need, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was basically a prison. Every one of us from prison were like asking me, "Hey, if you want some money, don't worry about it. Just let me know and we can help you."
Yo, don't worry about
It
it.
wasn't like "Oh, you lost your wallet."
I
It
see
wasn't
what
like
you did
that.
there.
We were very very friendly to each other because we knew that although we might hate each other because trust me, from the prison people there were some that hate each other, but we have to set that aside because we're somewhere where in a place where we don't know where to go. So if we get lost, we have to count on each other,
or
to do
angry
something.
or stressed.
Yeah. See, like that's the thing. You'd be surprised how nice people can be. Like you,
Yeah.
like legit. Like in France, like we invited like one of our friends from EYP to like sleep over at our Airbnb, and she decided to join. She would legit lend us like data mobile. She would help us like searching stuff, and she even paid for our meals because we didn't have a credit card. I remember like we
Yeah,
met.
and also,
It, no, I also remember this one tale that us being like hospital in a way because when we went to McDonald's and we saw another friend
Yeah, that's
was
what I
It's
really
wanted to
hos-
talk about.
it's
wait,
I want to
hospitable.
say something. Wait.
Hospitable.
okay, whatever.
Hospitable.
Sorry, I don't speak English. I'm not hablo inglés.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Hey.
continue. Yeah, because I wanted to get to that girl as well, but yeah, because you were the
Anyway,
one
and
who went up to her and talked to her, right?
Yeah, and then we got to chatting and we found out that she was gonna just like roam the streets until 3 a.m. And so we just decided like, come on, you can come to our place and stay. Like it's kind of dangerous, like just
Like,
around like
So,
that at night.
just so we don't confuse, Saren was a person who also had a place to stay, but we decided to invite her anyway.
yeah, of course.
There was this one EYP lady that we saw at a McDonald's
What was her
sitting
name?
eating by
Serena
herself. It
or
was Sally. It was
Sally.
Sally.
Yeah,
Sally?
Sally.
Okay, Sally. Yeah.
So basically, we went for a midnight McDonald's
Snack.
adventure. And in that time, I was still sick. I could barely talk, but what I could see was that we bought the food, but we saw another EYP member who was in Marisa's team, and
Yeah.
she was standing alone.
It was in our
And
room.
yeah,
Our
she
roommate.
was in Janice's room. So basically, we went.
then we
I
invited
didn't
her.
go there personally. Janice and Marisa went to talk to her. So once they went to talk to her, to socialize, they realized what the news were, and to help her out, they thought that, and it was a good idea to invite her in with us.
Yeah, and she was charging her phone on the ground, and for a moment she was awake, and then she wasn't. For a minute there, I freaked out. I thought she died.
Yo, like
She
that's
just like passed over on her stomach.
that's the thing. She at least slept. Like, just to clarify, Strasbourg streets at night are not like prisons. For example, you could go out in prison like at 12 a.m. and just see people, like bars are open and such. In Strasbourg, things like close at 10 fucking p.m. Like,
They
imagine
open
that.
at 10 a.m. So like
They,
French are lazy. I think I should go live in France.
But that's the thing, like, there are a lot of homeless people roaming the streets, and homeless people with dogs. Like, I legit had 2 homeless people come to me and ask me for a pack of cigarettes. Like, imagine, like, roaming the streets and knowing
I
there's a
was scared of
chance, like,
dogs.
knowing there's a chance you encounter one of those guys. Like, that's traumatic at least. But that's the thing, like, we helped her, and
Everything was traumatic for you there, not just that.
come on, like, we were in a foreign country for the first
I
time.
just
Okay,
asked you for a cigarette, not
Sure.
your life.
all right, man. On my part, I thought we were gonna get stabbed, not being asked for a cigarette. Okay, it was much worse.
hey, they could easily rob you, like legit. Like, I'm sounding like a dad, but they can rob you.
You are a dad,
Hey, come on.
but so am I, so it's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll accept
No,
that.
seriously. If I was the dad of the group in a way because I was, I made the
You were
dad
the
joke,
brains of our group. And then
but
can I also say
yeah,
that
I
Ilona
also
was
tried
like
to.
the most chill person, like she was the sanest that person in that group.
I disagree.
Dude, Vigan,
Uh,
It was me and Marisa who were the sanest in that
Vigan,
group.
I have to ask you
no, you
guys.
two
We
were
were
chill. And
unfazed.
just
Dude,
like
I need
a
to
little bit just
ask.
like on your own world. I think Ilona was like the one who genuinely enjoyed hunt at its fullest, just like
Yeah.
Vigan, what sort of crack were you and Marisa on? Legit, like, how did you keep that calm?
PM.
Let me hold on. Let me think. I think we found it in. It was Brazilian.
No, too
Possibly.
much information. Too much information. How did you guys keep it cool, to be honest?
I have no. I don't know. We're in France. We are here to have a good time. Whatever happens, happens. Just if you stick to your normally mental state, then you're fine. And you don't really need to panic.
And to
There's
be honest,
no need for panic.
I think it was fun because, like, I've hung out with both of you guys on a lot of occasions. Like, me and you, Vigan, we've run a lot of projects. Like, we had our school band. Like, we worked at DokuFest. Like, we didn't work at the same cinema.
That's totally working out. The band, by the way, that's
Yeah.
totally working out.
No, but we did good. Remember, we did good. We
We
did good.
did good, but it just,
And yeah, like, even in quarantine, you're playing like guitar. Like, one sec, like, the editor will play the video like right now.
the special guests in this podcast are my guitar and Janice. You know.
Yeah, okay.
Janice on the side.
I also
No,
have a
I'm kidding.
guitar here. Should I play too? I want to play now.
No, please don't.
Yes, yes, please do.
But like that's
We
the
No.
thing.
definitely want our
Internet
ears.
isn't ready
to
for my
come
music
off.
yet. I'm sorry.
But that's the thing. Like we've played like you've played in your own shows. I've played in my shows, and I think like when we started with the school band, we had a lot of synergy. Like we knew what we were doing. Like I have to say, we were practicing on Saturdays and Sundays. I remember one time even Janisa came to see us. She couldn't play the guitar, by the way. Did you guys know?
I
Yeah.
could.
Janisa,
I wanted
Janisa
to.
went. Janisa has been to both of my bands,
Yes.
school bands at least. She
Yes.
was at the band that I was in Loyola, the
Yes.
private school of Prizren, and the public school of Prizren Jambuzuku, which I was with you.
I think she I think you were even in my like the place we hosted at Kino Lombardi back in like
Yes,
summer.
I was there too. I was
Yeah.
there too.
Like that's the thing, you know. Like we kind of had experience,
I
and
am present in your lives forever. I'm sorry you can't get rid of me.
yeah,
Ah.
I'll just kick her now. Yeah, I'll just kick her. But that's the thing, you
Okay.
know.
Janisa's just gonna haunt us forever, you know.
Oh,
Like-
even if I die, you're never gonna get rid of me.
Like you're really good at music, Vigan. I have to give you this. Like
Thank you. I'm also good at music.
yeah, you're good at listening to music. That's a good
Janisa
another
is
thing.
better at music, you know.
How
But-
She
dare
knows
you?
how to do music.
I am the
She knows
best.
how-
I'm the most
Yes.
talented here.
But the
Definitely.
thing is, like I've played with a lot of guitarists because, like, for the people who don't
But like
know,
you have never played with me, so you don't know what true talent is.
hey,
That's
I said
why.
guitarists. I didn't say beginners.
I am the guitarist.
Like for the
Fine,
people who
fine,
don't
fine,
know,
Fine,
I play
fine,
bass.
fine.
I play bass for the people who don't know. Like when we play with bands, I play bass. But like if there's a guitarist needed, I'll play guitar because I practice a lot of guitar too. And like legit in our school, I really wanted to play bass. Like you have no idea how much I wanted to play bass. I had a few like bass parts written out, but
Bass,
sadly we couldn't get a bass because
Okay.
But we actually both missed our show like for personal reasons. Remember that, like Vigan, we both missed the show, and it was one of the most depressing things ever. Like I talked about this on like my first episode with Alma, and our band legit still rocked. Like I
Yes.
was so happy that we did like such a good job coordinating those people. Like no, I don't want to take credit,
Problem.
but take credit where it's due. Like I want to give you credit as well. We did an amazing job. Like I got so much good reviews from that. Like professors, students, even though I didn't play, like they knew I was a part of that. So yeah, that's actually amazing. Like you have no
First
idea.
off, when I performed along with Nida, another friend, in front of like a couple of professors, live television, basically a lot of students, and directors of a couple of schools of Prizren, and a lot of music professors. Most of the professors that taught me were surprised that I played the guitar. So I was offended when like my math teacher came up to me like, "You play the guitar?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, man, you know, from time to time, you know, it's something
Yeah,
casual."
kind of.
That's the thing with teachers. Like my physics teacher, who is also like my main teacher, he once saw me with like my guitar on Saturday, and he legit asked me like, "Where are you going?" And I just said to school, and I just remember his face like, "What?" I just told him, "Yeah, I'm in the school band and such," and he wouldn't stop mentioning it. Like every single hour in front of like my entire class, he'd go, "You're not studying because you're playing the guitar on Saturdays. You could study on Saturdays. You're playing the guitar." And I'm like, "Oh my god, man, just stop," you know? Like that's the thing. Teachers like don't get the students. For example, like they don't get the students need certain activities to keep them going, you know? Like maybe sometimes students like play music. Some students I know that are really good at art, like they draw and they paint. Like you know, that's fuel
I
to
draw.
them. Yeah, you
I
also
also draw.
draw. You draw, yeah.
Okay, wow.
Look, look. Here's the thing.
I would like to say to like Jumbo's teachers are like that, and meanwhile my teachers ask me about my bindi a lot. One of my teachers asked me if I was married.
Actually,
Don't
did that
tell me you got
happen?
married.
Did that happen?
Yeah, she asked me, "Are you married? Why did you put the bindi on?"
Editor, start the clip. Okay, so
Uh,
what was the thing with you being like married and such to your teachers?
no, it's the thing is that I
To your teachers. Married to
Okay,
your
I'll
teachers.
rephrase. Like, why did your teachers think you were married?
English motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Do you speak it?
No.
Married to your
Thing is,
teachers.
and my dad really liked me to put on a bindi. So a bindi is like the red dot you put on your forehead, and it in like in Hinduism, it's more of a like the chakras in your body. It represents the third eye, like
Yeah,
strengthening and like
the third eye.
and stuff like that. But like in the past, it used to mark Hindu women. So like people like women who used to belong to like the Hindu religion, and then it generally became like a symbol of India. So now people just wear it for decoration mostly. Sometimes like also has different meanings if you wear a certain different color. So like used to be like the bigger the bindi, it meant that you were like a stronger marriage or like something like that. But if you were a widow, you would wear black bindi, or if like a death would happen in the world, you would wear oh yeah, again a black bindi. But generally, like it had this kind of symbolism, but now it's mostly a decoration. So I also wear it as a decoration. I get a lot of like weird stares from it, and I also get a lot of weird questions like, "Are you married?"
Your
I'm not.
teachers.
Yeah, yeah.
You have pushed to talk on. When are you gonna learn?
Bindi.
This sucks, you know. This sucks.
No, like on the topic of bindis,
Like
like
Janisa, people ask Janisa, is she married? And she's like, do you see a ring on this finger?
like on the topic of bindis, I remember when you first like put on your bindi, like we were going out, not in that way, but I remember noticing it, and it's actually
Thing
a
is
really
that you
nice
came up
touch.
with the most original joke ever. Oh
Hey,
my god,
come
is that a
on!
pimple on your forehead?
Can I
Hey,
leave?
come
Can
on!
I leave? Can I leave the podcast now?
We'll be
God
done
damn it,
soon.
man.
We'll be done soon. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't care. Dude.
But
Oh yeah, it has been 1 hour.
But yeah, like
Hey.
that's the thing. I really enjoy like both of your companionship. Like legit. Like you guys like I feel like wherever I'd go with you guys, I'd have fun. I'd be stressed because I know it's you guys, but in the same time I'd have fun. Like legit. Thank you for making France like such a good experience. Like this is a genuine message to both of you.
I am the reason that all of you are happy.
Okay, and apparently this is how I'll end my podcast episode for today. I'd like to thank Shegan Vehu for being the announced guest, and I'd like to thank Janisa Mandal for just showing up out of nowhere.
Don't
Hey,
forget. Don't
I'm the
forget my
special guest.
guitar.
I am the reason why this podcast is good.
Don't forget my guitar, Aran.
Yeah, your guitar as well. It just happened to be there. Okay, thank you guys so much for
That's what
Okay, now the special guest.
thank you guys so much for being a part of my podcast. Thank you for all of your support. Like both of you have supported me in my podcast. Even Vigan's dad just gave us a wave. Thank you guys so much. And I hope everybody enjoys this episode because I truly enjoyed making it. Like till
I
next
hope so
time,
too.
till next time, this is it.